Welcome back to my basement. I'm going to dedicate this entire show to AJ Sweeney out in New Jersey, who sent me just a buttload of video questions, and we are going to get started right now. Go ahead, AJ, with your first one.
Andrew's Colsefni, what the fuck is up? This is pretty crazy, asking you questions through video messaging. I've been a fan of yours and of MFKR era Slipknot for a good 8 years now, about 3 years into liking Slipknot in general. First and foremost, just wanted to thank you for some great fucking music, particularly MFKR. I think the most slept on record in heavy metal. Fucking amazing, one of my favorites. And with the ass kissing out of the way, I've got a bunch of questions for you, and I just want to say before I ask any of these questions that I understand a lot of them are taboo. I understand that you probably won't feel comfortable answering a lot of them, but I figured I might as well ask and see if you answer, and if you do, that's great. If not, I understand. I just wanted to say that I didn't mean to offend you by any of the questions. It's just stuff I've been wondering since I got into Slipknot. So, hopefully you'll answer them, and if not, thanks for some great fucking music. My first question is, do you consider MFKR era Slipknot and present day Slipknot to be two entirely different bands, or two different points in the evolution of a single band? And I remember you released a quote one time that said, MFKR is what Slipknot used to be, but isn't anymore. And I was wondering if you could expand further on that comment. Do you still believe that? Were you misquoted? Maybe you didn't even say that. And yeah, that's it. Thanks.
MFKR era Slipknot was simply Slipknot in its infancy. 7 people with differing ideas and crazy passion for their art. You know, they post MFKR Slipknot is the same band that the first one was, just much more cohesive in its direction. And you know, though it changes from album to album a bit, you know what they're doing, but they I definitely said Slipknot is no longer MFKR era, and you know they'd all agree. I'm sure it's you know, same band, they just gelled, I guess is the term they like to use in the industry. So number 2.
So my next question is, can you tell us anything about Craig Jones? He is one of the most mysterious members in Slipknot, and I know you know him. I know you wrote Killers Are Quiet by him, or at least you were inspired by him to write the song. And I was just wondering if you could say anything about him. What's he like, his personality, that sort of stuff. Anyway.
Craig. I get a lot of questions about Craig. Okay. Craig and I, along with 2 other friends, drove up to see Metallica's Injustice for All tour at Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa, back when we were in high school. Craig was a year behind me. And my car broke down on the way home. That's about a 45-minute drive away. And I called my dad, and he said, find your own way home. And Craig's dad came and picked us up at about 2 a.m., and that's all I'm saying about Craig. He's going to have to remain a mystery, I guess. Sorry, guys. So, next question, AJ.
So another question I have is, can you say anything about the rivalry between Mushroomhead and Slipknot? They've alleged over the years that Slipknot may have stole some aspects of their stage show. Is there any truth to this? Do you remember knowing of them when you were recording MFKR, or did you have no knowledge of them?
As for myself, I first heard about Mushroomhead when I was already in Painface. We were at a concert we were playing in Chicago, somewhere around 99, I think, 2000. So that being said, if anything was stolen or borrowed from Mushroomhead, it would have been after my time in the band. Sean and I started the mask thing way before either of us ever heard of those guys. So, you know, like I said before, it's pretty wicked coincidence, I will say, you know. But, you know, when I first heard of Mushroomhead, the first thing I thought was, wow, they ripped off Slipknot. So, but I, you know, crazy coincidences. So, thank you for that question, AJ. Let's hear your next one.
So I was wondering, after you left Slipknot, did the band continue playing any MFKR era songs, or any songs that you initially wrote or performed? Meaning, like, did Corey ever perform Do Nothing Bitch Slap after you left? And if so, about when did they stop performing the MFKR era songs?
Well, I've been to only 2 Slipknot shows since I left the band. One was right before they went on Ozfest at the little bar that Sean used to own called Harry Mary's. And I honestly don't remember what they played because I was busy owning the Slam Pit. The next one was an outdoor festival that Painface actually opened. We won a Battle of the Bands and got to play the 11 a.m. slot. And Slipknot co-headlined with Fear Factory, I believe. And that show was all from the self-titled album, which did include only one, I believe. But that was a long hot day of walking around drinking, and by the time they played, I was kind of in a daze. So anyway, next question, AJ.
So another question I have is, what prompted all the radical and immediate changes in Slipknot's stage show in around 1998, around when you left the band? Was there any particular reason, any particular inspiration, motivation, or was it just the natural progression?
Well, since I wasn't there, I can't exactly say. However, I imagine that once they became a truly cohesive unit, that in itself became fuel for their stage show, matching jumpsuits, synchronicity and movements and things like that. Beyond that, a little extra cash helped out the stage show, I'm sure. Back when I was in the band, none of us had any money. We were just doing whatever we could with what we had, and making the best of everything and making the craziest show we could possibly do. So, all right. You have a good one. Andrew's out.